When the doctors told Madame Evelyn Montgomery that her daughter Chloe had 5 days left to live, her world collapsed like glass beneath a hammer. Every dollar of her vast wealth, built from oil and steel across Georgia's booming Atlantic coast, suddenly felt worthless. 5 years after losing her husband in a plane crash, she faced losing the only person left who tethered her to love. Chloe, 12, pale and frail, with skin so light and eyes so empty they looked like ocean foam after a storm. Evelyn sat in the lush green garden of Forsyth Park, watching her daughter in a wheelchair, the oak trees whispering above. Chloe barely spoke now. Even laughter exhausted her. Beside her, the city gleamed. Wealth, cars, marble, and indifference. That was when Amara appeared. The girl was barefoot, dark-skinned, in a dress 2 sizes too big, and carrying a plastic bag with bottle caps she tried to sell as Lucky Charms. A gust of wind scattered them, and Chloe, out of reflex, bent to grab one before Evelyn could stop her. It was the first time she'd moved freely in months. Evelyn's heart skipped. The wheelchair creaked. Chloe smiled faintly, holding the cap out to the girl. "You dropped this." Amara's eyes, deep and bright like night water, met hers. "It's yours now. Take away pain," my mama said. Her voice held a rhythm that wasn't rehearsed. It was faith itself speaking out loud. Evelyn pressed her lips tight. "Sweetheart, don't bother the lady," she warned the homeless girl, guilt already curdling her tone. But Chloe said softly, "Mama, I want to talk to her." Evelyn hesitated, then nodded. She was a woman who controlled corporations, not children's hearts. The two girls sat, one glowing like porcelain, the other like shadow and sun mixed. Amara looked at her with a curious, gentle boldness most adults had lost. "You're sick because everybody forgot to talk to the healer," she said matter-of-factly. Evelyn frowned. "The healer?" Amara nodded. "The one who fixed my mama when she couldn't walk after the flood. He listens when money can't buy answers." Something about the way she said it, calm, unshaken, pierced Evelyn sharper than any medical diagnosis. That night, as thunder rolled over Savannah, Evelyn couldn't sleep. She told herself she didn't believe in fate, but her mind kept replaying the sunlight on her daughter's moving arm and the brown-skinned girl's unwavering certainty. The next afternoon she returned to the park, Chloe already asking, "Will the girl be there again?" Amara was waiting. She ran forward with a smile that could light 100 rooms. She took Chloe's hand. Her skin was warm, steady. "We gone ask him together," she said. Evelyn folded her arms. "Look, sweetheart, we've been through all that. Churches, televangelists, healers, you name it." Amara simply said, "Did y'all ever ask like you mean it? Not with your voice, here." She tapped her chest. "With your heart." Evelyn bit her lip to keep from laughing or crying. She didn't know which wanted to escape first. Amara bowed her head and said, "Dear healer, I ain't got fancy words, but you know her bones, her lungs, her heart. Fix them if you will. Show the lady you still see her." The park went quiet. The wind froze mid-breath. Even the Spanish moss hung still. Then Chloe gasped. Her legs twitched, once, twice, then stronger, until she stood, trembling but standing, her hands still clutching Amara's. Evelyn's heels clicked 2 steps backward. Her knees felt weak. "Chloe," she whispered. Her daughter turned, tears streaking her face, not of pain, but shock and freedom. "Mama, I can stand." And Evelyn Montgomery, oil magnate of Georgia, fell to her knees in the grass like a sinner begging for mercy. The news didn't make the papers. Evelyn forbade it. She called off doctors, canceled surgery, and locked the gates tight. Critics would call it hysteria, but she knew the truth. Still, in her heart, there flickered one unfathomable question. Who exactly was this girl? Within days, Evelyn found herself driving downtown, through Savannah's old streets where the city's charm faded into alleys of peeling paint and forgotten faces. She found Amara sitting outside a closed bakery, humming gospel under her breath. Evelyn rolled down her window. "Get in, please." Amara tilted her head, cautious. "Why? Nothing." Evelyn's stomach turned cold. She ran upstairs. Amara's door was open, the bed neatly made, but empty. In its center lay the same plastic bottle cap Chloe had picked up the first day. Etched crudely into its metal was a single word that hadn't been there before: believe. 2 days passed. 3. Evelyn tried the police, churches, shelters. No one had seen the girl. But something else happened. The miracles multiplied. Word spread quietly through Savannah. A blind veteran claimed he'd been touched by a little dark-skinned girl who disappeared before he could thank her. A teacher in the poorer district told of a mystery child who left food for her students. People called her Little Faith, the Park Angel, Black Grace. Evelyn tried to dismiss it. Until one rainy dawn, she found Amara again. The girl stood under the same oak tree, barefoot as ever, her plastic bag beside her. "Why did you leave us?" Evelyn cried, grabbing her by the shoulders. Amara smiled softly. "'Cause you had to see that he didn't heal your daughter to reward you. He did it so you could learn to reward others." Evelyn fell silent. The rain soaked her expensive coat. Amara continued with quiet certainty. "You rich in things, Miss Evelyn, but you were starving in love. Now you've got more than you can count." Chloe ran from the car at that moment. "Amara," she shouted, "you promised we'd paint the garden." Amara turned. Her eyes sparkled like stars half hidden in storm clouds. "We will. One last time." For hours they painted cardboard murals in the driveway. Rainbows, angels, black and white hands clasped. Evelyn watched, her chest full and heavy with something she couldn't name. At sunset, Amara wiped her hands and said, "I gotta go home now." "You are home." The girl looked at her kindly. "I mean the first one." Then she turned toward the road, and in that moment, light cut through the clouds, dazzling enough that Evelyn shielded her eyes. When she looked again, the girl was gone. Only the paintbrush remained, dripping gold, as if dipped in sunlight itself. Evelyn Montgomery sold her oil business and opened Amara's Haven, a charity home for children who had nowhere else to go. On its gate hung a single plaque: "To the girl who taught me that richness begins in the soul." Asterisk. Every week, Chloe paints murals with the new residents, black and white, boy and girl, all believing again in something larger than themselves. Sometimes at night, when the moon casts silver ripples across the garden pond, a barefoot outline in the reflection seems to linger, a quiet silhouette humming gospel, leaving small bottle caps at the fence. And the next morning, without fail, someone always finds one word embossed in them: believe.